Hello, I'm Alicia and I'm a rising sophomore at Harker. So this is my second milestone, and for this milestone, I fixed my NeoPixel ring light to make sure it turns on automatically when it's plugged in. I also fixed the light dependent resistor and the passive infrared sensor that senses light and motion respectively. So they ran a lot smoother. So I'll just show you how the adjustments I made. So when I plug it in, after it runs, it turns on automatically. So we're just gonna wait a bit until it turns on. But the other thing, so my motion sensor, and then so yeah, it turns on. And then my light dependent resistor after I fixed it. So if I cover it up, um, and the and so it's really dark, then this thing also turns on because the light doesn't turn on if it's bright outside. So if I take it off, it just turns off. And then throughout the video, as um, the motion sensor senses motion, it'll also just turn on and off occasionally. So the challenges I faced was the passive infrared sensor and the light dependent resistor. Um, Both of them, I didn't realize they had problems initially, but for my light dependent resistor, I found out that the values were all single digit numbers, and 1 was supposed to be really dim and 9 was supposed to be really bright, but it was fluctuating from 3 to 9, and the light in the room wasn't changing at all. I wasn't covering it at all, so it was really confusing. But then I realized that the positive and negative, they had to go to the board and not to the breadboard. But I didn't have enough pins for it since I connected the power and the ground to different sensors. So some of the sensors for the power and ground, I connected it to the plus or minus strips on the breadboard and connected the strips to the board. So then it gave me a lot more pins to work with. And then for my PIR sensor, it was really unreliable at the beginning because I had to swing my hand like 10 times before it would start like reading the motion. So the way I tried troubleshooting this was I isolated my sensor, and then I used a code that was specifically meant to take into account the sensitivity. I also found out that there were these knobs that can change the sensitivity, so I tried changing it. And then I also tried using a different sensor to make sure the sensor wasn't broken. And after trying the different methods, it became a lot smoother, but it's still a bit fluctuative sometimes, and it's not super reliable. But it's all right for now because I plan on adding a manual button that I could turn on and off. So even if it becomes a bit unreliable, the project, I can still use it and the light can still turn on and off. And for my third milestone, I plan on adding the code for the button and wiring the button up and soldering everything onto a PCB and also making the enclosure for my lamp. Thank you.